In 2007, federal investigators wiretap an NBA referee because Tim Donaghy, an official with more than 700 games worked, admits to betting on games he officiates, therefore shattering the league's claim that officiating integrity is untouchable. Donaghy places wagers from 2003 to 2007, and court documents show he wins at unusually high rates, because insider knowledge about officiating tendencies influences point spreads, so the NBA faces its deepest credibility crisis. The scandal explodes because Donaghy doesn't act alone. He communicates with gamblers connected to organized crime, therefore proving the issue isn't a single bad ref but a system vulnerable to influence. The FBI confirms the investigation months before the NBA announces it, so critics argue the league rushes Donaghy's resignation to contain damage rather than expose the full network. League officials respond by stating no games are fixed, because internal reviews claim outcomes remain legitimate. Meanwhile, independent analysts point to abnormal foul differentials in Donaghy-officiated games, therefore raising questions about how subtle officiating bias shapes momentum without overtly deciding winners. The controversy widens when Donaghy names other referees, because he claims officiating crews discuss how to manage games. The NBA denies coordinated fixing, therefore choosing institutional defense over public transparency. Donaghy serves 15 months in federal prison, but trust in the whistle never fully recovers. Long before Donaghy, controversy already shadows the NBA. In 2002, Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals becomes infamous, because the Los Angeles Lakers attempt 27 free throws in the fourth quarter alone, therefore erasing a Sacramento Kings lead and forcing Game 7. The Kings, a 61-win team built on ball movement and depth, watch their championship window close. The numbers drive outrage because Shaquille O'Neal shoots more free throws than the entire Kings roster in that quarter, so fans accuse the league of protecting star-driven markets. Former referee Tim Donaghy later claims the game is manipulated to extend the series, therefore turning suspicion into belief for millions of viewers. The NBA responds by defending officiating accuracy, because internal grading rates referees as highly consistent. Yet the league never releases detailed officiating evaluations, so doubt festers. To this day, the 2002 Western Conference Finals remain the most cited example of alleged league-driven outcomes. In 1994, a different kind of scandal emerges, because referee Hugh Evans is accused of drug use and game manipulation. Evans resigns amid allegations of cocaine abuse, therefore reinforcing the perception that officiating oversight is reactive, not preventative. Although no convictions follow, the damage is done. Meanwhile, referee Bennett Salvatore officiates during multiple controversial playoff games, because star treatment becomes a persistent criticism. Analysts note that superstar players draw significantly more fouls per possession than role players, therefore raising the question of whether entertainment value influences enforcement. In 2000, the NBA institutes the L2M, last 2-minute reports, years later because fan outrage over missed calls reaches a breaking point. These reports publicly admit officiating errors, therefore confirming what fans long suspect. Referees are fallible and mistakes often decide games. The data matters because L2M reports regularly identify missed or incorrect calls in close games, so outcomes officially stand despite acknowledged errors. This policy protects finality, but it doesn't restore fairness, therefore sustaining long-term skepticism. In 2018, the NBA Finals face renewed controversy, because J.R. Smith dribbles out the clock in Game 1 after a missed call on LeBron James's potential game-winning attempt. The league later admits the missed call, therefore validating player frustration at the highest stage. That same year, Scott Foster becomes a lightning rod, because Chris Paul's teams lose an unusually high number of playoff games officiated by him. Statistical coincidence fuels conspiracy theories, therefore placing referees under unprecedented public scrutiny. Referee assignments now matter as much as rotations, because fans track officiating crews the way analysts track matchups. Social media amplifies every whistle, therefore turning refs into public figures rather than invisible arbiters. In 2020, the NBA bubble introduces new transparency, because audio from replay reviews becomes more accessible. Fans hear officials debate calls in real time, therefore exposing uncertainty that once stayed hidden. The league also increases referee training and analytics, because missed calls damage brand value. Officials now receive play-by-play accuracy scores, therefore tying performance to playoff assignments. Yet critics argue accountability still lacks teeth, because referees face minimal public consequences. The business implications are massive, because the NBA generates billions annually, and perception of fairness directly affects betting markets. With legalized sports gambling expanding, every whistle now carries financial weight, therefore magnifying scrutiny on officiating integrity. The Donaghy scandal resurfaces whenever gambling enters the conversation, because it proves corruption isn't theoretical, it already happened. The league responds with integrity units and monitoring software, therefore acknowledging risk even while denying systemic problems. Players speak cautiously because criticizing referees risks fines. Coaches absorb penalties to protect stars, therefore making officiating disputes a strategic sacrifice. Fans interpret silence as fear, not respect. Through every era, the pattern remains consistent. Controversial calls emerge in high-stakes moments, because pressure peaks when championships and ratings are on the line. The NBA insists coincidence, therefore relying on probability to defend legitimacy. Yet history shows perception matters as much as truth. Once fans believe outcomes tilt, every close call becomes evidence. Referees become symbols, not individuals, therefore carrying the weight of institutional trust. Today, officiating technology improves with instant replay and AI-assisted tracking, because the league knows credibility is currency. Still, judgment calls remain human, therefore controversy never disappears. These scandals matter because basketball depends on belief, that effort beats manipulation and skill decides outcomes. When whistles dominate headlines, the game itself suffers. The NBA survives these crises because talent shines through, but scars remain. Every disputed foul echoes Donaghy, every lopsided free throw count recalls 2002, therefore reminding fans that the line between fairness and entertainment is fragile. If you enjoyed this, I'm going to be posting a lot here. I would greatly appreciate it if you could subscribe. Thanks for watching.